In the peculiar land of Squigglewood, where the trees grew in corkscrew shapes and the rivers flowed with rainbow-colored water, there lived a very unusual creature named Flapjacket. Flapjacket was an odd-looking fellow with the body of a kangaroo, the wings of a hummingbird, and the head of a giraffe. He was the only one of his kind, and lived a carefree life, bouncing through the squiggly forests and soaring over the shimmering rivers. One sunny day, as Flapjacket was buzzing through the air, his long neck swaying like a kite's tail, he came across a group of creatures gathered in a circle. These were the Gigglephants, elephant-like creatures with the most infectious laughter. Flapjacket loved the sound of their laughter, and he swooped down to join them. "Hello, Gigglephants," Flapjacket said as he landed and bounced up and down. "What brings you all together on this fine day?" "We're having a joke-telling competition, Flapjacket," said one Gigglephant, whose laughter sounded like a trumpet. "Would you like to join us?" "Of course," Flapjacket replied with a grin, always eager to try new things. "But I must warn you, I've never told a joke before." "Don't worry," said another Gigglephant, whose laughter sounded like the tinkling of bells. "The fun is in the trying." And so, Flapjacket took his place in the circle, and the joke-telling began. The Gigglephants took turns sharing their best, funniest, and silliest jokes. They laughed and laughed, their huge bellies shaking until they were all in stitches. When it was Flapjacket's turn, he nervously cleared his throat and said, "Why do hummingbirds hum?" The Gigglephants leaned in, eager for the punchline. "We don't know, Flapjacket," they said in unison. "Why do hummingbirds hum?" Flapjacket grinned and replied, "Because they don't know the words." The Gigglephants burst into laughter, trumpeting and tinkling and snorting with delight. Flapjacket beamed with pride, happy that his first-ever joke had been a hit. Just as the laughter began to die down, a small voice piped up from the edge of the circle. "Excuse me," said the voice, "but may I join the joke-telling too?" The creatures turned to see a little round creature with a fluffy purple body, 4 short legs, and the happiest smile they had ever seen. This was a Fuzzmuffin, whose very presence seemed to radiate joy. "Of course you can join us, Fuzzmuffin," Flapjacket said, bouncing over to make room in the circle. "We'd love to hear your jokes." The Fuzzmuffin waddled into the circle, its fluffy body jiggling with excitement. "Here's my favorite joke," it announced. "Why don't Fuzzmuffins ever feel sad?" The Gigglephants and Flapjacket exchanged curious glances. "We don't know," they said, intrigued. "Why don't Fuzzmuffins ever feel sad?" The Fuzzmuffin grinned from ear to ear and said, "Because we're always surrounded by smiles and laughter." Once again, the air was filled with the uproarious laughter of the Gigglephants and Flapjacket. The Fuzzmuffin's joke had been a perfect end to their joke-telling competition. The new friends spent the rest of the day sharing more jokes, stories, and plenty of laughter together, under the squiggly trees of Squigglewood.